Alien encounter, let's go. Craziest thing to ever happen to me. My daughter's dad and I were at my uncle's house and we were leaving 8:20-ish. Here's where I'm going to show you the diagram. In Eagle Point, this is his neighborhood. It takes 11 minutes to the first stoplight, right? Everything feels normal up until this first 11 minutes. Then when we turn, everything starts to go really weird, but we don't know why yet or that it even feels weird. So I remembered it after, but at this moment, everything starts to feel really hazy and dreamy and very like power of suggestion. It's like I was in a trance. And so was he. No substances involved at all. So we're going down the start of the second 11 minutes. Eventually we pass a school with a roundabout. And I remember the roundabout a little bit, some song on the radio, and passing the airport sign. It's really choppy and hazy throughout here. But I remember coming up to this stoplight, the Super 8 motel's across the road. We take a right. The Sonic is on our left. There's the stoplight right before the I-5 North entrance. This is my car. This little gray dot, that's the car we're in. At this point, it's 8:48 p.m. A Deftones song is starting on the radio. And I turn the corner and my tires touch the on-ramp. And then, bam, we are in the middle of the mountains. I am facing the dead end here. Like, my car is facing this way. Here's the dead end with the barricade. And then there's this little pickup truck driving away. There's nothing here. My car is like, my foot's on the brake. But we're not in park and we're not moving. And we're both coming out of a daze. And it's super weird. I'm looking around. The mountains are like on my right. I'm not good with depth. So yeah, the mountains are on our right. My car is running. And we're like, what the hell? We're both coming out of like a very sedated state as I'm watching this truck drive away. At this point, it's 8:52 p.m. We lost 4 random minutes. The end of the Deftones song is playing. We did not hear that whole Deftones song. I'm not sure exactly when I GPS'd myself, but it's around the time that we were parked here. We might have moved a little bit to GPS ourselves. And we are 40 minutes into this random mountain range, like east of the freeway. So this first bit kind of looks like that. Like this is I-5 North, and we're like in some mountain range 40 minutes away. Later on, we GPS ourselves, and we're on Antelope Road. It says 8 minutes away from the freeway, but none of it makes sense because we enter this desolate town with no residents, no paved roads, only like a few industrial buildings that have like steam and a couple industrial trucks, like cement trucks, and some lamps, like street lamps. And it says White City, but my aunt used to live in White City, so it couldn't have been because it's all completely constructed. It was so weird. No one was there. It was completely barren. Nothing was on except for the street lights. And it took 40 minutes to go back to the freeway. So at the on-ramp, 8:48 p.m., car touches the tires. And then at 8:52, bam, we're in the mountains, right? Then we GPS ourselves. We're 40 minutes away. Then we enter what isn't a real White City and Antelope Boulevard, which is 8 minutes from the freeway. But it takes 40 to 45 minutes from the mountains to the freeway. So these 4 minutes of freeway to the middle of the mountains, don't know what the hell. Here's the next part. We were trying to go to my grandma's from my uncle's house. She lives in Cave Junction, Oregon. So we're hitting the freeway from Central Point by that Sonic. So you can look that up to see how long that. It takes roughly an hour and 3 minutes, usually a little bit longer to get there. So it's about 9:35 when we hit the freeway again and hope for the best. And it's feeling like extra long. And I'm like, I'm really tired. It felt like we've been on the freeway forever. And he's like, yeah, this is super bizarre. And then we get on Redwood Highway through Grants Pass, and it's still taking forever. And I'm just so sick of driving. And I'm like, I feel like I've already driven this. I am so exhausted. I just want to get there. And it just feels like it's taking forever. So we end up getting there at like 11:45, somewhere around 11:45 midnight, which is way, 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 way too long. So here's the next part that gets crazy. We pull up to my grandma's house. This is my car. She has a little bit of gravel, and this is like a lattice balcony thingy. It's only like 3.5 feet off the ground. Here's her yard. It's a big, nice green backyard with a little tree, like a medium tree. And there's a really big tree back here with her shed that's like a roofed shed. And then this is just like dirt and grass. And there's a little chain link fence that breaks off here, and it goes into the vast wilderness. My daughter's dad goes out for a smoke and sits right here. And I go to lay her down. He texts me and he says, there is something standing in front of me that's like an alien. I don't know what this thing is. It is seeing through me. It's not looking at me. It's looking through me. And it's not making a sound. There's no reflection on its eyes. It's just barely breathing. It has a tiny mouth and huge eyes at the very, very bottom of its face, right above its mouth. So like the lower third, and then just a giant head. He said that it's like not wrinkly and flabby, but like it has a bunch of tiny crevices, skin crevices all over its body. And that it's like pasty, not fully gray. It still has tone, but it's like almost like if a person was sickly. He said it's not trying to hurt me, it's just watching me. And I don't want to move because I don't want to scare it off. I told him try to take a picture or a video, and he was like, I feel like the second I reach for that thing's going to be gone. And that did happen, but it was there for probably almost 10 minutes sitting there with him, like 3 feet. From here to there is like 3 or 4 feet of balcony, so not far. And it looked kind of like this, this is a terrible drawing, but it was like sitting here on the other side. Imagine that there's a drop, so its body is way down there, and it's standing right at the lattice, holding this balcony part next to this thing. But it's out of there because he had brought up his phone to take a picture or a video. But he said that he didn't see it run, it was just gone, even though he was looking at it. 1 second it was there, 1 second it was. So I come out there, me and the baby, and I have my phone and I'm scanning the area. And I can't find it, I can't see anything, and then I see my cat, and I'm like, oh, you scared the crap out of me. And then I pan my phone over, and I caught it, but I didn't know until later. And we look back, and he said, that's what I saw. The video is obviously not clear, just like everyone else's luck, but I do have the video, so I will post it after I post this. In the video, I pan over like this, and it's like moving, and I pan, and then I pan back, and it's gone. And there's a clearing here, so it's really hard to mistake anything there. Like, it's empty. You can't mistake something there. But that night, even though I didn't see anything in the video that night because I took it and I thought I didn't capture anything, what followed was a very scary event for me. He had seen the thing in real life, but I had this dream, which I'm going to call it a dream, but it's the only dream I've had that lasted months of my life. I'm going to save that dream for the next 2 videos. I'm going to upload the alien capture video, and I'm going to upload the very long, extensive dream. I would love to know if you've had any weird things happen there, or anywhere in the world, and if, you know, what you think happened, because I love a skeptic. I also love reasoning, I love explanation, I love anything. All of this is such a cool, fascinating thing to me that I can't truly explain. I can only tell you what I experienced and how it made me feel. Our story has gone to MUFON and all of that, but if you are someone who studies this and you want to reach out and talk about it, and get more extensive interview from myself and the other party, we will do that. I hope you've enjoyed this long, kind of crazy, doodly video. Check my stuff to watch that alien video, and then follow up for the dream video that I upload after that. There's Merlin. Scared the crap out of me.
Where is he?
Right here. Up here.
Oh, I see. I'm coming that way then.
That's fine.
I'm coming that way then.
That's fine.